Alright, hello. Alright, hello. Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be doing a different kind of video. I'm gonna be looking at AP classes to see exactly how easy and hard they are. Please note that I have not taken a single AP course in my life, but and also that I have a good understanding of AP classes and how hard they are. But and also the difficulty isn't necessarily based on the course itself. It's based on your teacher. More likely, so for example, if you have a good teacher, then you should easily get a 4 or a 5 on the exam if you actually have a good teacher in a course, no matter how hard the course is. But if you have a bad teacher, you might have to struggle a little bit, even if it's like an easy course. Like, I actually don't know if there are like AP seminar. We'll start with that. We're starting with that actually, with the AP Capstone Diploma program. Anyway, the AP seminar is kind of easy because basically you have to just research. That's essentially what you do. You research, and as you can see, you can pause to take a look at these, but you just have to research, form arguments based on ideas, and also you gotta make speeches and collaborate with other people. So that's the same thing with the research. In fact, it's literally the exact same. It's just that seminars are prerequisites to research. It's basically the same thing though. It's literally, I read this ahead of time. It literally says the exact same thing there. Anyway, I'm gonna go into the art. I'm gonna take a look at our. Okay, so about the AP art and design program. I mean, it's basically just you make art, and honestly, the difficulty it really depends on how good you are at art. You also have to present art as well. This is 2D. It has the same thing in 3D as well, and drawing. I mean, this is basically a pack. I mean, for these three, it really depends on how good you are at art. Like I said, if you are good at art, this will be pretty easy. This will be a pretty easy class. You should be able to get a 5. But if you are not good at art like me, then this you might have some trouble with this. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our history. I mean, this is different because it's a history class. I know just because it's an art class does not mean it's easy. Okay, this is a history class. And since it's a history class, that means it's hard. Okay, history means hard. In case you guys did not know that, history means hard. Yeah, as you can see, based on the units, you go through like history. The only difference is that the history is on art, not on events. Like events like World War One or two, like that. Next up on the last for the AP Arts, we got AP Music Theory. Okay, this honestly, if you're good at music, but this will be very easy if you're good at music. But if you're not so good at music or singing or anything or playing an instrument, then you might have some trouble. Like for example, I don't know what a seventh chord is. What is a seventh chord? What's a seventh chord? I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to music. I don't know what a seventh chord is. Yeah, well, I don't know what a mode is either, okay? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I'd probably do bad on this. Alright, next up we have English. Okay, so for English, this is like this is automatically going to be hard. This is going to be hard because it's alright. So with AP English Lang, it's basically like a regular English class, except harder. You basically just analyze texts and build arguments. Write essays. The difference between this and English Lit, which we will get to in a second. Yeah, it's basically that. Okay, so the difference between this and English Lit is the harder one of the two. The difference between that in Lang and Lit is that, as you can see, Lit you analyze short fiction and poetry. That is harder than analyzing. In Lang you analyze more non-fiction text, like more factual information. This one you analyze like fiction, which is harder to analyze because there's a lot of hidden meanings when it comes to fictions. There's a lot of ways the characters talk, and you have to try to find meanings of them. You gotta try to find like hidden messages in fiction, which makes it harder than Lang. Okay, we're gonna move on to history and social sciences. First with AP African American Studies. I actually have no idea what this covers. Okay, and basically just talks about black culture here in the U.S. Here, this is basically about black culture. This is basically like slavery, like why they were brought to the Americas, and them getting reformed. So honestly doesn't seem too hard. Honestly, it doesn't seem like a hard class. There's only 4 units. Granted, US is pretty short, but US hasn't been around very long, so I mean there wouldn't really be a lot in Africa American Studies. Okay, AP Comparative Government and Politics. So in this one, you analyze the governments of 6 countries. Those 6 countries are China, Iran, Mexico, Nigeria, Russia, and the United Kingdom. So basically, just analyze their political systems, like, how they were formed, like how each of their governments work, how they elect their people, how they choose their leaders, and, their effects on the world, like their country's effects. I mean, it seems like, all these would seem pretty hard. I probably put them all in least hard. AP European History. Yeah, this is, this is just really hard. Because Europe has been around for a while. Although it starts in the Renaissance. Europe has been around a lot longer than the Renaissance. So they're not going that much into detail in Europe. But still, I mean, it literally talks about, like, Christianity, how Christianity, like, was popular in Europe. And then what is this? Absolutionism. Okay, so, like, their balance of power. So, political development. Renaissance is pretty easy. Like, they had a lot of art, forms, scientific discoveries made. Rise of global war. Okay, so basically, like French Revolution, that area, stations, like how they, became more urbanized, became more capitalist. World War One, World War Two, Zionism, imperialism in Asia and Africa. 20th century, you got World War One. I mean, this one is about. This one was more about like imperialism in Asia and Africa. This one's World War One, World War Two, and this one's the Cold War and basically modern Europe. to this day. So, yeah, immigration as well is on here. Yeah, it basically just talks about the history of Europe, honestly. Seems like a hard class. AP Human Geography. This is known as one of the easier AP classes. Yeah, honestly, I'm a geography person. I could probably get a 5 out of this class without even doing the actual class. It's literally geography. I understand geography. It's literally, yeah. This would be a class I'd be good at if my school had actually offered it. Like I'd be amazing at this class. Geography. You look at maps, and this one's about population, culture, politics, and this one agriculture, urbanization, and industrial revolution. Yeah, basically, I can probably get a 5 without even taking the class. Alright, got AP Macroeconomics. Okay, so AP Macro. I mean, to be honest, I can't really tell what this is about. I mean, it's about, like, GDP. It's basically about, like, like, how the government, does, collects money, like, how governments, like, economics of the governments, like, how governments manage economics. Basically, that's what it's about. Like, that's macro means big, so big economics. Microeconomics. This is like supply and demand markets. Profits, monopolies. Like how businesses make profits, income inequality. Bad that stuff. Honestly, these would not be so bad. AP Psychology. Okay, so basically it talks about like behavior, cognition, human development, personality, and the mental. Yes, this does seem too hard. Although the AP Psych is mainly based on memorization. So basically, if you can remember all of this stuff, then you would be fine. Okay, AP US Gov. So basically, this is about like how the U.S. government came to be, like the Constitution, the branches of government right here, civil rights, the Bill of Rights right there, idea, like how the parties form, Democratic and Republican, and also like how basically we vote and how U.S. citizens can change how the government runs based on who they vote for. And it seems like your average social science class. And this is U.S. history. Basically, just talks about U.S. history. When Native Americans first lived here, then when colonies were set up by Europeans, then the American Revolution, and the formation of the United States of America, then the Industrial Revolution in this one. This one is Manifest Destiny and Civil War. This one is, when immigration starts to happen from countries like Ireland and Italy. This one, Great Depression, World War One, World War Two. Basically, imperialism, progressive movement. Like women's rights is also in this time period. This one is Cold War, the nuclear powers, civil rights, Vietnam War. 1980s. It's basically talks about Reagan, end of Cold War, more immigration, and also 21st century, modern period. So yeah, and then world history modern basically talks about everything from 1200 to the modern day. So it talks the first unit's about global. It's about like each continent. This one's about like trade routes, like the Silk Road, like Indian Ocean trade route, and other land-based. That would be like Ottoman Empire, Mughals, and how they maintained their power during this period, 1450 to 750. Basically, just large empires. Then we got the transoceanic interconnections, like the Columbian Exchange, which had led to colonizing the Americas. Then revolutions like the French Revolution, then Russian revolutions also in here in this time period. And the Industrial Revolution, which is also here, consequences of it. So state expansion, resistance to imperialism. It causes global economic growth. Conflict. It talks about World War One, World War Two, and then basically the Cold War talks, Cold War, and the differences between capitalism and communism, and then decolonization and globalization. Basically talks about the modern world, like the European Union, United Nations, and stuff. Globalization, advances technology. Say all of these histories, all of these classes seem kind of hard, except for maybe AP Human Geography and AP Psychology. They all seem kind of hard. Anyway, I'll stop there. I'll go with the rest: math, science, and AP World Languages. I'll do that for next time. I'll see you guys later.